Imagine you were president of the United States. It's a little bigger than Costa Rica. What would happen if the U.S. abolished, got rid of its military? How would that be possible, and what would that change in the world?
Frankly speaking, I could not envisage any scenario in which the U.S. can disarm itself, at least not on my senses. Maybe if I am high, I could think about it, because it's not a problem of a specific institution, but it's a problem of changing the global order.
I'm Bridget Conley, Research Director at the World Peace Foundation and host of Disrupting Peace, a podcast about why peace hasn't worked and how it still could. Today, it's clear the U.S. is backsliding when it comes to democracy and human rights. And it's not just us. There's a global shift towards concentrating power in the hands of an ever smaller group of men, and it's nearly always men, at the top. So this season, we're looking at examples of resistance from 6 countries to see what we can learn. Scholars, activists, and politicians will help us understand how leaders attempt to concentrate power and how people fight back. We'll ask what we can learn from Iceland about sustaining a gender equality movement.
Prepare, resist oppression, lift the marginalized voices, and that's where there's opportunity for progress.
We'll hear from the former president of Costa Rica about governing without a military, from a member of South Korea's parliament about overturning martial law, and from Syrians about how people rebuild their lives in the wake of dictatorship and war.
I arrived in Damascus 1 week after the Assad was toppled. I remember passing by a checkpoint and we had a driver, and then he said, I want to kiss your forehead. I want to hug you, because you don't know what we were going through just 10 days ago.
And while the topics are serious, think attempted state takeovers and preserving women's rights, we're not.
I welcome, all these, new revolutions being with, like, free the nipple girls, and
Wait, sorry. You're going to have to say, Tatiana, what was that?
Sorry, free the nipple. It was 10 years ago that girls from various colleges here just freed their nipples, took off their bras and marched to protest sexist behavior of boys in schools.
Season 2 of Disrupting Peace launches March 11th. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single episode. We'll see you then.